Welcome to Big Business with Sarah, the show for experienced entrepreneurs who want to grow their impact and income through value-based outputs. Are you a freelancer or a small business owner with 10 to 20 years of work experience? And is it finally time for you to reap the fruits of your labor and to recreate the business you will love? My name is Sarah Bergenkamp, and I'm helping you every Thursday to take your dream business closer to reality. Do not forget to subscribe to my show and catch every episode. Welcome to episode 15 of Big Business with Sarah. Thank you so much for listening. And today we're going to talk about sales, how to sell with ease. You need those clients. You need them for your business. You need to survive. And sometimes it might feel as if it's not possible to sell at your rate, maybe sell at all. And that's why I created this episode for you. We're going to take 3 steps into selling with ease. And before we start, I want to tell you that my waitlist for the Big Business Group Coaching has opened. You can subscribe now to receive a massive discount and really enjoy working on your business. The first round is still running, and we're going to open the second round very, very soon. It's a 3-month program. It's group coaching, and you can also add in a VIP package if you want to have more out of this program. And actually, it's a very good value, so also have a look at that. If you have some questions about it, you can slide into my DM in Instagram at Sarah Big Business. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Let's get started. So we're going to talk about becoming an authority, listen, don't talk, and selling is building relationships. So those are the 3 steps we're going to take. The first step is becoming an authority. And I've created a framework which is called a niche authority. And what does this mean? It means that you are an authority within your niche, of course. And I want to explain you how you can achieve becoming that authority. For me, this is quite interesting. Throughout my career, I have been asked for different kinds of jobs. So in the first place, most of the time I was a project manager, also event manager, and I'm still creating events, by the way, also setting up an events agency. More information on that very soon. And then all of a sudden, when I was a project manager, I was troubleshooting a lot, and I was helping a lot, and trying to find ways in how to create the perfect project team. So I was more of an interim manager. So I'm calling myself an interim manager now, going from project manager to event manager to interim manager. Also, I've been a politician for some time, and now I'm a business coach. So you know what? And in all of those steps, I was an authority because people came to me. They wanted to work with me, obviously, because they saw me somewhere. I remember talking to one of my clients, and I asked her, why did you actually want to work with me? You know, I asked this not in our discovery call or whatever. I asked it, I think, 1 month later because I was too shy. And she told me, yeah, you know what? I've been following you on LinkedIn for 10 years. And you know what? I really liked your content and everything that you did. And I was thinking, oh, yes, so it takes you 10 years to decide to work with me. I mean, it's fine. There was no judgment from me whatsoever, but I had to work on my sales more because obviously there was much more there. Sorry. So I want to ask you to step into that niche authority role. That's also one of the reasons why I created it. You know, with that conversation, I really got that insight. And share your free value. The way I'm doing it here in my podcast is an example. You can also be a public speaker. I'm also talking about that in the last episode, the previous episode, it's called episode 14, how to become the leader that everyone wants to work with and for. But step into that leadership role. Then the second tip I want to give you on becoming an authority is asking for recommendations. Sharing those client reviews Maybe also asking your clients to talk about you to others. I'm also talking about that in the last advice, by the way, but really asking the people that you've worked with for recommendations. So maybe you are, I don't know, you are a writer and you are writing books, of course. And with writing the book, people are reading it and people are reviewing it. Of course, you have the magazines, the newspapers, etc., that are writing a review, and those are very important. But you're not writing, I hope, those books for the people who are giving the review in the newspaper. No, you're doing it for your readers. So maybe you want to emphasize way more. And I can't believe that writers are not doing this, but really, and publishers, by the way, really focusing on what the readers think of your product, of your book. I think that would really change the world completely. I mean, who is listening to these authorities? These are professionals. No, people want to hear it from other people. This is, the world that we're living in right now. Share those on your website, share those on your social media. If you are a writer, this book has changed a life for this person. And, you don't even have to write their names or whatever, but sharing those recommendations, things that people love about you. And really do not be afraid, because that's one of the evidences that you are an authority, that you are changing people's lives, that you are transforming people's businesses. I don't know how you want to call it, but really focus on that. And then the last part I want to talk about becoming a niche authority is selling your offer with confidence. Sales can be quite difficult. And because, I think if you don't know how to do it, yes, it's difficult. And I didn't know how to do this at all. And I hired a special agent, a special business coach for this, who was great at selling, also to me, obviously. And I was just thinking, why can't I do this? And because I wasn't really confident about my offer. So now I went back to my drawing board, and I drew up a new offer, and I'm constantly changing this. But selling it with confidence will really help you make that sale. Many people are calling it closing the sale. And one of my business coaches, Amy, is saying, no, actually, you're starting the conversation. And I actually love that saying. So I wanted to share that as well with you. The second part I want to talk about today, so we're talking about becoming a niche authority. The second one is listen, don't talk. This is all about talking to your potential clients and your current clients. I want you today to contact 10 to 20 warm leads. If you don't know who your warm leads are, hurry up and make a lead tracker. You can read everything on how to create this here in this 6 tips to use your networks for a successful launch. It's a free download. You can find the link in the description, or you can just go to bureausbb.com/podcast and then go to episode 15. And really contact them, ask them how they're doing. You do this every 2-3 months. I used to do this, by the way, as well to my clients, to my interim management clients. Once a year, I would contact my warmest leads. I didn't do this because I had a plan. I just did it because I was interested. Now I'm doing it a little bit more often. It's quite interesting to notice, and contact them today. Make that list of 20 people that are your warm leads, ask them how they're doing, and maybe you can help them. And ask, and if you're in the process with a client, try to write down what your clients ask for. Write down what your clients need. Maybe you can't help them now, but maybe you can hire someone to help them for you. And or maybe you can write it down and create something new in 1 or 2 years and say, you know what, do you remember when you said this? Here, I've created this for you, and I would love for you to pilot this. And then also change and recreate your offer. I don't think that you should change all the time. I don't believe in that, but really try to make it as perfect as possible for your clients so that they can work with you. And the third step I want you to take is selling is building relationships. Understanding that selling is building relationships. So this is a little bit what I spoke about earlier. It's not closing the sale, it's about starting the conversation. And really, you are building a relationship with your client. You are helping a client. That's what businesses do. Businesses solve problems. Businesses help people. If you don't understand that, if you don't believe that, really just, maybe meditate on that mantra. I don't know what to do, what you should do, but really, how can you help this client now is the first step I want you to take in this. How to help this client now, plus in the long term. I really want you to think about this because I see many business owners just doing something for someone and not creating an extra offer or creating something interesting for them to stay client for a long term, maybe a year commitment, 2-year commitment, I don't know. But really try to think of that. How can you help this person in the long term? So for instance, if you are like me, a business coach, you're having a program of 3 or 6 months, maybe have a monthly call check-in afterwards for 1 year. Why not? Just offer it to those people. They would love that. Why not offer it to them? And who else in their network can you help? What I'm also seeing a lot, specifically in the online business industry, is that many people, many business owners are trying to attract new leads through advertising, interesting reels, of course, sharing value, and I'm all for that. But actually, if you are thinking about a happy client, they have friends, they have other maybe people that are, in their industry that you can also help. And I'm seeing so many people, specifically in the online industry, that are not understanding that they should actually contact them, maybe create an interesting affiliate program for them so that they can actually give you a new client, which is costing you almost nothing, maybe that affiliate money, but how much is that really? And you can have a new client to become a happy client. And a third tip I want to give you in that selling is building relationship is that you always present your new offer to your existing clients or your old clients first. Golden rule in client relationship is this. So really, if you have something new, people are seeing it in your newsletter or on your Instagram profile or whatever, maybe they would think like, does this apply to me? I don't know. Do I have to pay for this? Is this part of my program? I don't know. So really inform them on this. So for instance, when I was having my birthday sale my birthday is on February 17th, I was having a birthday sale weekend. And my deal was that people could step in. And if they would step in that weekend, they would get 1 year of free group coaching from me. They would be able to join all my group programs for free. And there was already someone who stepped in before I had that bonus. And I told her, you know what, this also applies to you. So she's going to work with me for at least 1 year. And that, if she wants, obviously. She doesn't want, she doesn't have to. But I found it very important to inform her about this so that she didn't have to come to me and ask. So, how to sell with ease? Become that niche authority. Let people come to you. Second tip is listen, don't talk. Contact your warm leads and listen to what they need and create that offer or recreate your offer. And 3 is selling is building relationships. Always understand this, that when you're selling, when you're working with clients, it's about building relationships. You are helping them and you always have to be of service and try to find new ways on how to help them. And you can download, if you want more information on this, you can download this free 6 tips to use to launch and use your network. And also, you can subscribe to my waitlist for the group program of Big Business. Doors are opening very soon. And if you subscribe to the waitlist, you can get a massive discount. You can find the description and the link. You can find the link in the description of this episode. And I would like to end today's episode with a quote from J-Lo or Jennifer Lopez. You get what you give. What you put into things is what you get out of them. So if you're putting a lot of energy in your business, if you're putting a lot of energy, for instance, in your clients, you will get a lot back, and it's worth a lot. So think about where you want to put your energy into. Don't put your energy into negative things, but focus on the positive, focus on things that work for you. And I wish you a very great day with this thought, and I hope to see you again at episode 16 next week.